Hi, I'm Bran, and I love Hallmark safari movies.
Hi, I'm Brian. I like Hallmark safari movies. Yeah. Do different animals.
I'm Dan, but the drones. And this is the Deck
the Hallmark podcast.
Deck the Hallmark, it's his podcast.
Brandon and friends host this podcast.
We hope you like this jolly podcast.
Dan, you're not Alonzo. Don't try to get cute with your intro. Don't try to get cute.
I can do whatever I want to do.
Try.
You're not
There's
cute.
nothing you can do to
You're
stop
not
me.
cute.
What are you going to
Mute
do
him.
to stop
Mute
me?
him.
You're not cute. You're not cute. You're
Mr.
not
Thompson's
cute.
not cute.
Listen, you can chant all you want. I can do whatever I want.
Well,
You can mute his mic.
You're not going to stop me.
see what I see. You can't
That's right.
see.
It's because I'm a white man.
Yeah, see what I can do.
Take away his Rangers
That's
license.
right. You take away white and man, then I'm in trouble.
Yeah, just real quick. We've been watching
Just
Survive the
Survive the Raft, a show that we talk about on the Philo Deep Dive, I believe this week, today actually. And so that statement was not just random from Dan.
Well, it was producer
Aaron,
Aaron.
yes.
Yeah,
I just some people might be confused.
That's
right. And we would hate for that to happen. You know something that happened to me this week, guys?
Also, I want to be clear. You guys all were bullying me, as I said in the chat, and so there's that as well.
was out of
and
context.
I did feel attacked.
I feel like it's
and I'm
pretty
going to do
clear.
what I want to do.
Yeah.
So there's that.
See how far that gets you in life.
We did add this week, but I know you had a whole story planned, but we did add a drone shot in the studio. If you look up on Philo, right? Nope.
Oh, it didn't. We haven't connected it.
Okay. All right.
We haven't
We'll
connected
get there.
it.
We'll get there. Don't worry.
Here's a question for you guys. Can I ask you this question?
I'd love for you to.
In 1772,
76 too. Okay.
in 1772,
Yeah.
there were 13,000 people that looked around the world and didn't see any of them.
You didn't see a person around you?
Didn't see a single person around you.
Wow, it's kind of creepy.
I know. I know.
They ask themselves any questions or anybody else questions.
Well,
That's right.
so real quick, if I can tell this, if you'll bear me the time, will you guys bear me the time?
I will
Should
bear you the
we?
time. Yes.
Should we?
We shouldn't, but we're gonna.
I just want to know if
You
anyone's.
gave me a hard time about my intro. I'm not going to do the same to you.
You'll like.
gonna-
This is a
look at
fun
this.
story, though. You
All
like
right,
the
go
story.
ahead. Go ahead.
So earlier today, and I want to know if anybody else has ever done this. I sneezed. I sneezed, and before anyone could bless me, I said thank you.
That's right.
Just as like a
Like he just climbed Everest.
precautionary-
He's
No,
like, "Achoo,
no,
thank you.
and
Thank you, everybody out there in the back.
no, it's just
Thank
like
you.
know how you just do stuff where like it's just comes, you just do it automatically. Yeah, I'm so used to people saying "bless you" that I assumed it had happened
I feel like it's
when
my
it
fault.
hadn't.
I've spoiled you because
Yeah,
I
you
jump on
always
it.
say you always bless me. Does this happen to anybody? When you're in a room by yourself and you sneeze?
There are 13,000 people.
There's
You
13 you can't see any of them.
Nobody sees anybody.
That's right.
Okay, because you asked, no, I have not.
Kathy
Okay,
is
thank
there
you,
for
Kathy.
feedback to say no. That's one of the dumbest things I've ever heard.
No one in here has ever done it
I
before.
don't think I have.
Or
but
something
now
similar?
I'll be on the lookout.
I have sneezed and said "bless you" afterwards.
To
before.
yourself?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
need that encoragement in my life sometimes.
Yeah.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Bless
thank
you.
you. Thank you. Yeah.
Bless you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Let's talk about a safari romance. August 12th, 2023 is when it premiered on the Hallmark Channel, and it went a little something like this. Megan's out there in the safari lands taking pictures of lions when she runs into camera problems. Error 90.
Dude, error 9.
The worst of the errors.
Oh.
The worst of the errors, and I think we can all agree on that.
Error 85, you just keep moving forward.
No, you can't. Yeah, you
Yeah,
just
it's nothing.
clear it, reverse it, and split it.
Just split it, you're good to go. Error 17.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's just a
that's
Tuesday.
pretty much a celebration.
Pretty much telling
Yeah.
you good job.
Yeah.
You're doing
Thank you.
great.
Bless you.
Not you.
A fella named Tim flies in and immediately is greeted by a giraffe. He's loving it. He's having a great time. He bumps into Megan and is blown away by her pictures that she has. And he tells her, hey, I am here to research a new theme park ride that I'm doing. It's not a roller coaster. It is more impressive. It's VR meets vibes, good vibes,
VR meets good vibes.
VR meets good vibes. And my whole thing with VR is what if I forget that I'm in the
Yeah.
VR?
Just
Get
stop.
stuck. What if you sneeze
All
in
I'm
VR?
saying is if I spend enough time in VR,
This is the whole premise of Inception. In that fourth level of dreamscape, they don't know they're dreaming.
yeah. So what if you put on a VR headset within VR?
I don't know. Don't be a
Ooh.
doofus for
Yeah.
2 seconds.
Have you ever done VR?
Yes.
You have?
Yeah. In fact, we were on
I haven't.
vacation in Florida. We did a VR thing where you get to be underwater with the
Fishes?
with the what fishes, yes, and the manatees
Did you-
and whales and manta rays.
Did you ever like think
And
that
it
like
doesn't matter where you look, it's more ocean. You look anywhere you
right?
want.
Did you ever
that
get? Were you
freaks
ever
me
just
out.
like?
Not a single
Forget to
time
breathe?
because
Okay.
I'm not 7.
But it's not. I think it's more about time. I know
don't
you
think
think
so.
that you're
Yeah,
better
how
than
long are
this.
you there? Yeah.
I know
I
you
am
think you're better than this.
I'm better than
Dan,
this conversation.
Dan, if you spent
Brian's better than
days,
this conversation. Aaron's better than this conversation. Everybody here is better than this
if you
conversation.
spent days in VR, I think it's possible that you would forget it. Not like Meta. Meta looks weird. Like this.
Yeah, reality.
Like where you're just kind of like taking a journey. That's all I'm saying. And I'm not willing to sell my soul for that.
Okay.
Got that big VR?
Mark of the
Got that
beast.
big VR?
That's right. Big VR back off. That's right.
Um,
That's bigvr.com.
Big
Promo
VR.
code DECK.
Yes.
Checkout at Big VR.
So when she's out on a safari the next day, she spots a drone. And so she goes to find who is operating that drone, and it is Tim. She informs
And
Tim
Tim.
that it is illegal to operate.
It's illegal.
Illegal.
What eagle is that? That's illegal.
Illegal. It's illegal to operate a drone by the safari lands. And if you do it again, I'm going to have to take it away from you. I'm going to have to confiscate it. So you're going to have to do a safari the old-fashioned
and he
way.
says no more, and that's the last we hear of the drones.
No more drones here. So the next morning, she takes him on a good old-fashioned safari in vehicle and whatnot. And her and Tim spend the rest of the day just talking. Just having a little
Little
talk
conversation.
sesh.
Little combo.
Little
Yeah.
combo.
Old-fashioned way.
They party with the locals, and we get to see Andrew Walker dance. We are all better for it, and I hope to see it again in every movie henceforth. Just as Megan and Tim are starting to talk and get to know each other and really enjoy each other, a girl from his past shows up. Her name is Amy. They went to school together. They totally used to date, and she is now his boss. Bum, bum, bum. She's big VR. She's big VR, I guess.
I guess
She's-
in this
she's
case,
big.
yeah.
Yeah, something like that. Sure.
Not that she's big, and I don't want anyone to think that I
Nobody
would say
calls
that.
her big
no one's
VR.
calls her big VR.
To her face.
No, not to her face. So when you talk about it behind her back. So now all Amy wants to do, she's here for one reason, and it is this: to fly a drone over over the landscape,
Savannah.
the savannah, and
Savannah, ooh,
grass.
na, na.
and Megan ain't having it. She's
You
like, we
can't fly
guys, we
drones in
can't.
Savannah, ooh, na, na.
We can't. Exactly what Dan just said. Megan and Tim are on
We'll
safari.
have to confiscate Savannah, ooh, na, na.
When do you say on a safari versus on safari?
You never say on a safari.
Really?
Really?
I think it's always on
On
safari.
safari?
Could someone fact check that? Preferably
Like
in the
on
real world,
holiday?
not in VR.
On holiday, not on a holiday?
Yeah,
On holiday's a British thing.
we're on
Nobody
holiday.
in America says on holiday.
Going
do
on
they?
holiday, pip pip.
Unless it's like Green Day.
On holiday. Nice, dude.
That was a great
Good pull
one
there.
right
Yeah.
there.
So
Yeah.
interrupt. Yeah. So Megan and Tim are on safari, and they almost kiss, but they're interrupted by a cheetah. What did he cheat at? I don't know. Oh, in there.
It's like the cheetah joke is sitting there. It's like, how do you use
How do you-
it?
you
No,
need
you
to-
just use it the direct way.
I'm not gonna
Quickly
lose
throw
money
something
on
out.
this. I'm not gonna lose money. She hears that the drone has been spotted.
In the Savannah,
Forgot.
ooh, na,
The
na.
drone's been spotted again. And here's the thing: either the drone gets turned into the teacher, or Megan is going to lose her ranger license. And she only has 2 more weeks of rangering, so that'd be a real inopportune time for that. So she's like, "Tim, did you fly the drone?" And Tim's
Did you
like,
fly the phone?
Tim's like, "No, I didn't fly anything.
I ain't no cheetah.
I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. I already told you I wouldn't do that. Now I'm not going to do that." And she's like, "Well, can you go like talk to Darius, your partner, and maybe go grab the drone from him?" And he's like, yeah, but I want to tell you this right now from my lips to God's ears. Darius would never fly the drone.
He wouldn't.
Darius would never fly the drone. So he goes to grab the drone, and Darius is like, yeah, bro, go ahead and take it.
Yeah, I would never. I didn't fly it.
Now, here's the thing about Darius is it turns out
Liar.
he did absolutely fly the drone. Amy did a little sneaky, and she was like, boy, I sure do wish that I could get a drone shot. Hands are tied. Also, Darius, I think there's a future for you here if you're willing to prove yourself. So one of those things where it's like, I'm not asking you, but also...
Yeah.
Big VR.
So,
big VRs.
so he feels real bad
Swing
about
around the
this.
big headset.
Ultimately apologizes and all that good stuff. Now, Tim and Megan, they're hanging out. They're going on dinner dates and on safaris and whatnot. And but when it comes to talking about the future and making this whole thing work, Megan's like, I just don't see a way that we can make this work. Speaking of not making things work, Tim tells Amy that he doesn't want to be her business partner or really ever talk to her ever again, seeing as how she handled the whole drone situation. Tim shoots his shot one more time by asking Megan about their future. Megan's like, no, we can't. Here's the thing, maybe we can. Because one day she gets an invite to a building with a room with white walls. And we all know what that means. Tim has finished his ride. His ride takes place in this room.
In a conference
He comes
center, yeah.
in, turns on a button, which turns the whole room into a really kind of like VR, but you're not wearing the headset.
Savannah.
The whole room is the savannah, as if it would be in VR, but
went all
instead of
Savannah that time.
instead of wearing the glasses, and this is kind of more of my vibe
yeah,
here,
yeah.
because I know rooms.
So you would be
do.
less likely to forget that you're in VR if you weren't wearing a headset? You would be
Yeah.
more likely.
What if he fell asleep in that room and woke up? And
That's
he's still
true.
There?
That's true. It's real Smart House. For those of you out there who Smart
What's
House,
Smart
it's a lot
House?
like Smart House. It's a lot like Smart House here. And she's like, "This is amazing." And so then they kiss and
kiss?
cut to what is it? Months later, year later.
They're giving a presentation.
They're giving a presentation to people that are there, and she's like, "And this is the Savannah." And we need to save it. And then Tim walks out and it's like, great performance, babe. The people are still watching. I don't know if this is part of the performance or not, but they do end up kissing again. There's tongue involved, and boy, howdy is there. And we all VR, and that, my friends, was a safari romance.
We
did do it, everybody. We're
Yep.
going to take a quick break. We're going to come back.
Bless
We're going to
you.
find out whether or not it's
you.
Safari or a Safari here on Deck
Deck
the
the
Hallmark. Oh, hey, everybody. Welcome back. So what did we find out, Aaron? Is it, do you ever say a Safari?
Yes.
Thank you.
It depends
Oh, you
on it just depends on your personal preference. The internet's pretty divided on it. Depends on the context you're using it in, and
That doesn't sound like the internet I know.
No, not my internet. Definitely not Reddit. Let's do this. Let's get to the nitty gritty. Let's get to the hot sauce. And by the hot sauce, I mean the hot take.
Oh.
It is where we share exactly how we felt about this movie. We do not hold back. I took my time getting here, and I'm going to
did.
kick it over to my good friend, Brian. Brian, what did you think of this movie, bud?
So I think we're all sort of in the same boat in that we were rooting for our friends in this one. It's really great to see
Yeah, of
Andrew,
course.
Brittany, her whole family produced this movie, wrote it, directed it. So that's always fun.
They wrote it.
I think her mother wrote it.
Okay,
at one
okay,
point.
okay. That's a good note. Good note.
Yep,
good note.
yep,
Good
yep.
note.
So
No,
a
no,
big
good note.
family ordeal, which is really that's great. So that's always fun rooting for them. It looks like they're having a really good time. And to me,
Daddy, what are you doing? Hey, Daddy, what are you
you gotta
doing?
edit some notes over there.
I'm just looking at the writer of this movie.
check out those credits.
Just to see. Yep. Yep.
So yeah, just got all those details straight. Okay, it looks like they're having a good time, and that came across for me. Like it was fun. It felt like a good vibe. Like the dancing was great, the music's great, all that stuff. The Amy, who her character, I have her name here, Simone Pretorius. I want to make sure I mention her name because I didn't like her at all, which made me think she's doing a great job.
Yeah.
Because I really didn't like her character, and so for me, great job in that Amy role because that came straight across as just fill in that role perfectly. A couple of things though that kind of like rubbed me the wrong way a little bit were mostly the conflict that they threw into this movie. All the drone talk back and forth, it was like I felt like I was watching a reenactment of a discussion with my kids. Like, did you put the toy away? I did put the toy away. Why is the toy right there? I didn't put the toy right there. Can you put the toy away, or I'm gonna have to take it from you?
Yes,
I'm gonna go put the toy away.
Nonstop.
So that was just very like low level, entry level conflict stuff. And so that was the drone thing. Kind of was like, okay. The other thing that, as just a nerd, if she had just done her thesis earlier, she wouldn't have had to worry about losing her ranger's license. So kids, let's get that homework done. Ethan, Joan, I'm talking to you. Let's get that done right away.
Dad.
Thank you.
It's good
Lesson learned, I hope. So I had a pretty good time, and a lot of it, I think, is just because I was excited to see our good buddies down in South Africa having a good time.
Dad, you womp.
He does womp. That's true.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
All right, can't argue with that. So yeah, I had a pretty good time.
I had a real good time. It's a little bit different than a pretty good time. It's a real good time. I had fun on safari and on all of these safaris that we got to go on. The ending of this movie is weird, and I didn't care for it. Outside of that, you can talk about drones all you want to, because at the end of the day, what we have in this movie is a walking thirst trap in Andrew Walker.
Oh, yeah.
Holy smokes. Some of these shirts that he's wearing are insane. This kiss was wild, and I can already tell you right now it's going to be a contender in the Kiss of the Year award at the Deckies in January.
Against himself.
Yeah, he's gonna. It's just all Andrew Walker. Either way, he's gonna win. So I know. This movie didn't like
do anything well.
No. This movie didn't like. It wasn't like heavy on like. Boy, this plot is wild. This is by and large a safari, but if I'm going to be given a safari and I'm going to hang out with some people, I'm fine taking a safari with Andrew Walker and Britt Bristow. And so for that reason, I had a swell old time at this movie, A Safari Romance.
Yeah,
Dano?
You had to look up the title.
I'm not good at titles.
I thought there was a mosquito.
Don't even know my kids' names.
Yeah, that's true. You don't.
I don't.
It's true.
Hey, you.
Gravin. I was just disappointed. I'm not mad. I'm disappointed. I love the two leads. The South African savannah is beautiful. But it's like we got down there and we just write basically two conversations over and over again. One is the drone one, which I looked up immediately, and you're not allowed to fly drones in areas in South Africa. And Hallmark clearly knew that, and they were like, we're going to tell you about it. And it's like, okay, if we all know that, why is this a conversation that happens all movie long? It should have been one time and done. It would have been a fun little intro to a guy who's cocky about how he's doing his job, and then we're done with it. But instead, it's like 35 minutes of this movie, which is terrible. And the only thing worse than that was the fact that Britt and Andrew they're good actors, and they just have to have the same conversation over and over again about, we could be together, but we can't. I live here. You live here. What if we did this? We can't, blah, blah, blah. We both need to do it over and over and over again. They were all dressed up in a great location with nowhere to go and nothing to do. And I was kind of bored to tears. And so, yeah, the actors, love the actors. I also, to say something positive, it was a refreshing switch of the typical gender role in these movies, where in 2018, this movie would have had Britt Bristow flying in as a developer from the big city, and would have had Andrew Walker as the guy on the savannah who's driving the big SUV and who's changing the tire and who's telling him to just live on the land and enjoy the wildlife and blah, blah, blah. And they switched those roles. And I appreciated that. It did feel refreshing, like they had some adult conversations and people apologize and things like that were great. But there's just nothing here. There's no central conflict that made me pull for or against these people. And so just kind of a mad disappointment, and that's unfortunate.
I will say, yes, is the drone thing driven home a lot? Yes.
Yeah.
It does drone on and on.
Drones on and on.
But it also,
Very well.
that
Very
is
well done.
absolutely what Americans would do. It's not like Americans are known for listening to authorities. So they would go down there and it'd be like, this rule doesn't apply to
Someone
me.
that's making like, is there an official business? If it's like, you know, a few bros who are like, bro, we're using a drone, different story. But someone that's been hired to make like video specifically for something, and they're doing it with a business, they're gonna keep the law as best as they can, at least as far as the public knows, they are.
Right.
Yeah. I just don't like. This movie is an hour and 24 minutes, and there's 25 minutes of drone talk.
There's a lot of drone talk.
It's terrible.
Right. But also lots of animals.
Yeah.
They don't stimp us. I don't
us.
know, man.
Stimp. You don't
There's
feel
lots
stimp?
of animals.
You don't
They
feel
don't stimp
stimped?
us. A lot of people think we're going to get
Say what you will
stimped.
about big VR. They don't.
They don't
you.
stimp us. Let's get to this next segment that I have been kicking around. It's called All the Feels. It's where we share any feels we had in this movie that made us go, ooh, yay. Brian?
I had just in general conservation feels. I would say.
God.
I just appreciate that there
Conservation
are
feels.
people who feel like a drive.
Wasn't
to,
what you were thinking when you were putting out your cigarette butt this morning outside in the grass.
I want to give a shout out to the guy I saw driving into work today in his Subaru with his cigarettes. Shout out to you, sir. I think it's evened out at this point.
Yeah.
You've done it. You've done your
both
service.
sides of the fence. So yeah, just people who put other animal and land above themselves and don't think they're any better, and do things like try to conserve animals and keep populations alive. I appreciate them. It helps let me keep doing the things that I want to do.
Sounds so insincere.
I do. I
It
appreciate
doesn't
it a
sound
lot.
sincere at all.
I appreciate it a lot.
What are you gonna do about it?
Make a donation to the Wild
Wild
West.
West.
Wild
Wild
West.
West. There's a big mechanical
Wild
spider
Wild West.
in the desert.
You're gonna make a donation to the WWF.
I've done that before.
You gonna do it
know what?
again?
Let me tell you this right now. I'll do it again, and I'll tell you why.
Who?
They
Why?
give out great gifts as if you give a donation. They'll give
best
you like a
reason-
stuffed animal, and you can give it as like a Christmas present or
The
birthday
best reason
gift.
to donate to a nonprofit, and I've said
Great
this for
gift.
years, are the gifts.
Well,
I think
St.
that is
Jude,
why.
they give you the return label stamp, the stickers that you use when you send out letters. I donate St. Jude every year, not only because
for
of
the
the
return
sticker,
Can I ask you this?
but
Is there
because-
any nonprofit you give
Is
to that doesn't
Brian
give you a gift?
Yeah,
a monster?
absolutely.
Okay.
What did we do last year with the? You were gonna get on the donor list, Aaron, and
Bone marrow?
I forget, was it the bone marrow? Yeah. I
Did you
couldn't
do
donate.
it?
I couldn't donate bone marrow because I'm too old. But I did make a monetary donation, and I got nothing from it except I got to talk about it and tell everybody know that I donated,
Yeah, and that's really the
that's
biggest
worth
gift
it,
of
sir.
all.
and that's worth it.
And
Not
that's really all
bragging
that you
about your
need.
donations.
That's all that you need. For a while, for a long time, up until like just a couple years ago, I had a WWF debit card.
Oh, you did?
did.
Mainly because it had a
Panda.
panda on it.
That's
It
right.
was so cute. It was
that's
really
adorable.
cute. It was way cuter than any of the other cards. It's like if given the choice between a red card and a panda card,
Yeah, obviously.
gonna do the panda card.
Yeah.
So I got two feels. One, anytime I get to think about the DCOM Smart House, I am having a great day, and I got to think about it a good bit today. I love that movie. No cap. Big fan, and would be thrilled to watch it tonight. Two, I didn't know about White Lions, but that was fun, and I'm always happy to learn about animals. I will say this: the one thing missing about learning about animals is like getting something in return. I'm still working on that, some sort of system where you learn and then you get a prize. But
Yeah, I
as
can help
far
you out
as
with that.
as far as something that you learn and you don't get anything for it, this is a pretty good thing to learn. Dan?
They did used to have the old white tiger at the Greenville Zoo.
Oh, really?
You know that?
It's
Yeah.
before my time.
Yeah, before your time. That's right.
Wow.
I did love the scenery of the film. I mean, like the African savannah looked unbelievable. So yeah, I'll give you that. Sure, why not?
Langley's saying the best DCOM is Smart House.
It's the
That's a
movie's
lot.
called Smart House.
Smart House.
And what's the premise?
You win a smart.
I understand
okay.
that, Aaron, but what's the premise of the movie? It's
A
not just
family.
sitting there.
A family wins a smart
Oh,
house.
I've heard you talk
Okay.
about this.
The smart house. It's a smart house.
Yeah.
But then the smart house
too aware.
becomes too
oh
aware.
boy, it's a horror movie.
yeah, it sounds like
In a sense, yes. But also the house is it like the walls really are a video screen and like
Why
and
don't we,
honestly
Nice
like-
house. We should watch it
I
right
feel
now.
like we should watch
Smart
this
House
instead
rules.
of some of the stuff we've been
smart
watching.
smart house rules.
Yes.
Smart house rules. I love Smart House.
Take it to the tape.
I don't think it's my favorite DCOM.
Actually, it was nominated for Take It to the Tape.
Okay, great. I
Are
don't
you?
think it's my favorite DCOM, but it is my top 5 for sure. Yeah, top 5, maybe top 3.
I've seen 3 DCOMs, 2 technically, and they both suck.
Were they all Christmas ones?
They're all High School Musical.
They're the 2 High School Musicals.
You've seen more too. No. Maybe not.
I haven't. No.
Because I watched it with Alonzo, not you.
Missed out.
Let's take a quick break. We'll come back with the Wait What and the What the Hallmark here on this program called Deck the Hallmark.
That was perfect.
My whole thing is like, what if I was hosting this show in VR? Because I host this show so much.
Yeah, you think you were just stuck in it all the time?
I would be
I
like,
think your brain at some point would be like, I do other things aside from host Deck the Hallmark.
our brains are pretty dumb though.
Retrain that
For
brain.
yourself.
No, what I'm saying, Dan, is what if I put on my VR set and I was like, I want to recreate this, but in VR? Like, what if I forgot? And then I'm stuck.
Why would you want to create the thing you do every day in VR?
Because I love doing this.
I love it too, but like, wouldn't you want to go do something else?
Like what?
Like go to the savannah or swim with the sharks.
Why would I can't do that in real life. Why would I do it in virtual life?
What do you mean you can't do those things in real life?
I
You can.
haven't.
But that's why you do it in. That's the whole point.
No, I only do things that I can do
So
every
your
day.
ideal virtual reality is just
Your
doing
day.
the things you do anyway.
Well,
regular day.
Those are my dreams. my dreams at night are me doing normal tasks. So
Checking
why
the
wouldn't my
mailbox.
VR?
Cool.
Why wouldn't my VR be the same?
Getting a haircut.
Yeah.
Also, I dream in black and white.
Yeah.
Let's
Brain's a
go.
psychopath. That's what you need to know about him.
Oh,
Let's put him in VR.
I found something in my pocket.
Are you?
Oh, I'm not gonna do anything. Found something in my pocket.
This is a classic flick me off scenario.
No. Oh, this is pretty cool. It's time for the wait what?
Oh, that was pretty cool.
I found it. That was in my pocket. Can you believe that?
Unbelievable.
You threw this way and it.
I know.
Shut up.
It was. I bounced it against the wall.
It's like a VR
Next time
component.
I'll throw it to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Guys, I can't.
Did you say what the hallmark when you said that?
Maybe it's time for wait what. I can't speak highly enough about Philo. This is more fun than it has any right to be. Philo.tv/DTH. Philo.tv/DTH and a Philo deep dive today. Big day over there on the Deck the Hallmark channel.
Dumb microphone here.
Let's get to the wait what.
Microphone. Yeah.
Brian.
Yeah. All right. So the this one, I get that like she's a photographer and he's got to take some photos for his for the design of the game, the interactive VR thing. But like, why does everybody need a fancy digital camera with extended lenses? Like
Air 90.
everybody's got these giant cameras.
Yeah.
Everybody. Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter what your job is. Like, get a huge camera and carry it around. We're on the savannah.
The
Get a
savannah,
big
that's
camera.
right.
It's
That's
called
right.
a camera.
It's a camera.
A camera.
So I was like, is this sponsored by Big Camera or what? Big VR swooped in, so I cleared up that one. That was a weird way for him to find out that his company was acquired. The company he's working
Yeah,
for, like,
they just send her down
yeah,
there.
he would have got a call.
He's something,
They
yes.
probably would have said, hey, you got to come back. Like,
Yes.
something.
Sign something. Yes.
Other than her
Of
just
course.
deciding to expense a quick trip to South Africa.
Yeah.
And hop on down there.
Just a quick pop.
I'm sorry. Tim's mom makes clothes for all the grandkids. What a terrible gift
That's
as a
an
grandkid.
awful gift.
Oh, when he explained that, I'm like, I feel bad for those kids.
Remember getting clothes when you were like 8 years
Handmade
old?
clothes.
Handmade clothes.
Oh man, it's so
Oof.
brutal. Yeah, I felt
Brent,
bad.
how did you do with clothes as an 8, 9-year-old boy?
Yeah, I got everything that my brothers wore.
Right, just
But
hand
like
it on down.
Christmas gifts, clothes. You know it's clothes. You get the box.
Oh man,
You know it's clothes.
So
How'd you do?
disappointing.
I did okay. I
did okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
my kids are spoiled. Now I'm thinking about it. We just bought them a bunch of like soccer jerseys that they want for school and all this stuff. Like, we got to hand them down some stuff.
Yeah.
Some junk. In my observation of observing her doing research, I didn't see her taking any notes. While she was out there, she's taking
She ain't
some
writing
pics.
a PhD on
She's
anything.
not doing nothing.
No way.
And the best part, I laughed out loud, was when as soon as she finished her presentation, thesis presentation, Tim just walks right out there and starts making out with her in the
Yeah,
middle.
that's right. That's
They
right.
Close out that presentation.
Yeah. What a way to close it.
That was it for me.
Memorable.
I have aphantasia is what I have. It's when you can't envision stuff, but then also people dream differently with that. It's real,
If
and
anyone didn't think he was a psychopath, I think that sealed it. If you're watching on Philo, you just
Aphantasia.
went full dead eyes to tell everybody that. You were like, "Oh, that's amazing."
And here's the thing: if you
Uh,
donate to
I don't know if I
aphantasia
can't visualize
research,
things,
you get whatever you envision you get. Just imagine it.
and it's yours.
For folks like me,
Yes,
we won't get squat.
that's right.
But
Just
for
do your
normal
day job.
people, you get a lot of stuff,
Yeah, you
which
get
is
to do your
really
day job.
which is really cool. I'm not saying you can't take a picture one week and have it framed the next week. But I'm just saying, like, how often do you do that? It's impressive. In South Africa, I don't know what the resources are like down there, but she's out there printing, framing every week. She's
her camera. Does her camera still have film in it?
No.
Okay.
No, it's
that would have been
impossible
at that point.
Yeah.
She says it's old school, but
it's old school. 90, Era 90. Era 90 proves it's digital. Yeah,
that's right.
My only other one is at the end of this movie when they're in the smart house. There is a lion in the video that's on the wall that walks through some sort of portal.
Yes.
Take it to the tape.
Yes.
It's disconcerting.
Disconcerting.
And that too. And I didn't like it, but also I kind of liked it. Dan?
Yeah. It clearly was cold in the savannah, and that's unfortunate because this is a summer movie in Africa, and people were wearing long pants, long shirts, like long sleeve t-shirts, the whole movie long, and that just kind of like messes with the vibe a little bit. They're out and in the morning, Britt and Andrew go out in the morning and they find the white lion and they take a picture of it. And it is mid-morning at best. And Britt Bristow says, I think this might be the best day of my life. First of all right, it's not even lunchtime. First of all. Second of all, oh, no way.
Maybe she knows she's gonna have a great lunch though.
Maybe she knows the lunch is coming, and it's really.
You just are so hyped up. Yeah.
Yeah, that lunch is like I've seen the white line. I know what lunch is.
Best.
It's
day.
like when we watch Fast and Furious and eat wings around here.
Yeah.
Like those are good days.
It doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter what happens the rest of the day.
Yeah. Wednesday's the
but
best day.
At least you've been to
life?
heaven. I don't know how much time of day matters when it comes to best day
I don't think
ever.
you can claim best day of your life before noon.
All right. I don't
There's
know,
a
man.
lottery
All
at
right.
9 in the
Well, what about
morning?
this? What if your baby was born in the morning?
Okay. Yeah. Yes. If you have a life-changing event like that one,
saw the
yes.
white lion.
But she's been wanting to see the white lion. She now sees the white
Took a picture
lion.
of a white lion. She said, "This is the best day of my life." No way.
You've never had anything happen of joy in your life. That's why you don't understand.
Okay.
Obviously.
All right.
Obviously.
And lastly,
Rest in peace.
I appreciate the fact that we're trying to have adult conversations here. But Andrew Walker's assistant does get talked into using the drone again, much to the chagrin of the viewing audience. but he asks him, "Did you use the drone?" He says, "No, I did not use the drone." "All right, I need it back." "All right, I'll get it back." And then later he's like, "You know what? I lied to you earlier. I did use the drone." He lied. He broke the rules. He broke the law. And Andrew Walker's response to that as his boss was, "You're always going to have a job with me. Always." That's crazy. That's like fundamentally crazy. He broke the law, broke the rules, and then lied about it. It's one thing to do it and be like, "She talked me into it. I wish I wouldn't have done it." But then to lie about it and for Andrew Walker to be like, "Look, you just got carte blanche. You can do whatever you want to do, and it doesn't matter. You're always going to have a job here," was absurd.
I did that same thing with you the other day, though, when you pushed that person down. You came to me. You said you were sorry.
Push the person
I know,
down?
and I didn't want to bring it up in the air, but now that you're dragging
So
Darius
you
to
mean
the
to
mud.
tell me that I pushed someone down? You asked me if I pushed someone down,
Yeah.
and I lied about
Yes.
it and said, "No, I
Yes.
didn't push someone down."
Brian was there.
Just like you. Yep.
And then I came back and said,
And I
I
s-
did push someone
You'll always
down.
be welcomed here.
All right.
So it's full of grace.
And I hate that I had to bring that up, but I'm not going to let you drag the fictional name of Darius
Yeah.
through the mud.
Yeah. So it's what you're supposed to do.
You're
in that
always pushing
situation.
people down.
I'm always pushing people down. You're right.
Do you want to
bit,
say? Do you want to say sorry to Aaron?
Bless you.
I do.
It's
I don't push anybody down. I want to be very clear.
I want to. Oh no! From there. Speaking of from there, do you got anything you want to throw my way?
Yeah, I do. You ready? It's coming right over here.
Oh wow, that looks a lot like.
boy.
Looks a lot like the What the Hallmark
certainly is.
title. It's time for What the Hallmark is, where we wonder what could have been. Maybe having some clarity wishes we'll have. Brian, what are you still wondering about?
Yeah, I had one about how like roller coaster design really works, but then I thought I saw a Little West juice bottle, and they zoomed out, and I saw two bottles, label-less. There were no labels, and I'm like, is that a Little West juice?
gotta
I
be a
wonder
Little
if
West
they
juice.
put some Little West juice in this movie, and they were just like, hey, you got to take those labels off. We can't do that. But look, I wonder if they were drinking Little West juice, because they were drinking a lot of like different colored drinks. And so I bet Andrew flew down a few cases a little west. When they were chugging
I'm
that.
100%
Yeah.
certain he did.
Yeah, he did.
100%
course.
certain. So mine is at the end of this movie when they do their big tongue makeout session. The background goes to fireworks.
Yeah.
And of course, Britt Bristow's character is surprised by this, but also Andrew Walker is surprised by this, as if he didn't plan it.
But yeah,
Well, he didn't.
I don't. We don't know how it happened.
How did
He
it happen?
said Darius. I said no fireworks or something. to
Oh,
that
he
effect.
did?
Yeah.
And then Britt Bristow gets to deliver the line, "You can never go wrong with fireworks,"
Right, which is a bold
fundamentally
move.
not true.
I
There
just-
are so many times in life you do not need fireworks.
I just really want, like, what is this system? Like, is it a projection on the walls, or is it like all one, like screen, like an LED situation, like those big things that you're starting to see out at like parks and stuff? I don't know what this is, but I also don't know how you sneak fireworks onto it. And then by the time they open it up, it also is the floor. So it's everything you want it to be and more.
Yeah.
What is it and how the fireworks get there is all I want to know. Dano?
Yeah, mine was exactly that. Was what is it? Like, this is not a virtual reality ride. This is in the 8th floor of a high-rise building, and it's a room that they just put a bunch of screens, like they just put a bunch of images on the walls. I don't know how that is cutting edge in any way, shape, or form. I don't know how that provides them the money to keep doing it. I don't know who's clamoring for this. Like, this has been a technology people have used for a lot. Like, they do it in Jurassic Park in 1993. This is not
do it in Smart
some
House.
new, and in Smart House on the
The
decom.
decom.
Allegedly.
So I don't know what this is that makes it special for now, and how they're making money using it. That's all I got.
We did it, everybody. Congratulations. This movie has been broken down. It's time for Double Decker of the Week. It's where we talk about Double Decker. And I think oh, there he is. All right,
Oh,
play
come
the
on in,
music.
buddy.
Panda, come in. Quick. Uh-oh. Double Decker of the Week. Oh,
my goodness.
Zingo, zango,
Back
zingo.
again.
Zingo, zango, zingo. Zingo, zango, zingo. Zingo, zango,
Gotta do
zingo.
the hands. If it doesn't work, if you don't do the hands,
Zingo, zingo, zingo. Zingo, zingo, zingo. Zingo, zingo, zingo. I feel like we've done it a few too many times. Zingo, zingo, zingo. Zingo, zingo, zingo. Zingo, zingo, zingo. Zingo, zingo, zingo. Okay.
All right.
Zingo, zingo, zingo. All right. Who do you got? Zingo, zingo, zingo. No, go.
Seriously.
We're going to be here all day.
Double Decker of the Week this week, Catherine Collins.
Whoa!
Catherine Collins.
Oh, Sea Dogs.
Why is she called
I don't know.
Sea Dog?
Collins, I guess.
Sea Dog?
Sea Dog. What up?
What's funny is like most people when they do that sort of nickname, it's off their first name, which would be
Yeah,
K-Dog.
yeah.
K-Dog.
But not
In this
here.
case,
Sea Dog.
Sea
And
Dog.
I
think
like
you,
that.
You did tell me this earlier. The reason that you said that so like ardently is because that's what you had to Google in the Google Plus.
Yeah, well, I typed in Catherine Collins and it just came up. It said, "Did you mean Sea Dog?"
Did you mean Sea
Yeah,
Dog? And
fair.
you're
And I
like,
said,
you
"Yeah,
sure
I did."
Sea Dog.
That's exactly who I meant. And she's creating like kind of like a little web episode series.
Webisodes?
Webisodes.
Okay.
Those are big.
They used to be.
Well, they're real big. They're coming back.
Didn't Veronica
Yeah.
Mars do some webisodes or something?
Yeah, sure.
All right,
Yeah.
Go.
But this is more. This is cutting edge kind of stuff. I like it, and it's called "What's Hot Tater Tot."
What's hot tater tot?
Yeah.
Okay, I like the rhyme.
Oh, it's
But what
great.
can you?
The show doesn't tell that title doesn't tell
Is
me
there
anything about the
someone
show.
that hosts the show named Tater Tot, or are they reviewing
What's hot
only
tater
Tater Tots?
You got it, Dan. It's the person hosting the show is named Tater Tot, but
Yeah.
also reviewing
Just Tots.
just tots. Also, what is hot
What is like?
in society while eating tater tots?
So they're reviewing the tots, but they're also telling you what's hip and cool.
Yes.
Like webisodes.
Webisodes of what's hip. and
That's
cool.
not really a webisode. That's just a vlog, right? Whatever. Whatever. Who cares?
Why are you?
I'm sorry.
Webisodes
You're
haven't
such
been
a
a thing in
semantic
years.
boy.
No. Yeah, you're right,
cares?
Panda. He is a semantic boy. He's a semantic boy.
He's
There's
a
nothing I can
semantic
do.
What are you gonna do with that?
I'm Bran. I'm a semantic boy. I use some parts of speech to actually say the things I used to say when I could say the other thing instead, but instead I say this thing.
Not one of your best boys.
You're semantic. No. It was good.
I didn't say it wasn't good.
No, you can't say it because you're a semantic boy.
I'm not in trouble. So what's hot tater tot? Tater tot just tells you things that are hot.
That are cool,
While
yeah.
eating tater tots
And
and reviewing
those.
tater tots.
And-
And there's a lot happening.
This person's name
Is tater
is
tot.
Tater
Bow,
Tot.
bow, 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 bow,
This
bow,
week
bow,
on
bow,
What's
bow.
Hot Tater Tot,
Bum,
we've got
bum,
Sonic,
bum, bum,
we've
bum,
got
bum,
others,
bum,
but
bum.
we've also
Check it
got
out. Bum,
Skinny
bum, bum,
Jeans.
bum, 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 bum. Tater, 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 tater tot.
Tater Tot, take
Tater
it
tot.
away.
Boom, boom, boom. Tater tot.
Hi, everybody, I'm Tater Tot. And today we're going to talk about what's hot. First of all, skinny jeans. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Tater Tot gives it a big thumbs down.
I'm your sidekick, Willow Smith.
Willow Smith introduces herself every week.
Willow Smith, what do you think's hot? Would you like a tater tot first?
Yeah, that's good.
It's whip your hair time, everybody.
Whip your hair back and forth. Whip your hair back and forth.
That show seems like it's a show I would listen to on the regular.
It's very dated, but I don't hate it.
It's not.
It's
There's a
great.
lot dated about it. Skinny jeans, Willow Smith, whip your hair. All of it.
And that's a show now?
You sure this isn't like an archived webisodes from Deck the Hallmark?
Guys, I don't know what to tell you. It is weekly episodes.
All
it's
right.
great.
All right, if you say so.
It's a real treat.
Fair enough.
right?
All right, back to you guys, skinny fellas.
Sounds like a
Thank
vlog
you.
to me.
Oh, man.
Wow.
It sounds just like a vlog. Yeah,
Thanks,
it sure
Panda.
does.
Have a good one, buddy. We're going to be back
Careful,
tomorrow
buddy.
with Big Sky River, the Deuce. Until then, may we first wish you a Merry Christmas.
Deck the Hallmark's a Bramble Jam podcast. Is produced by Aaron Shea. For more information on Deck the Hallmark, you can go to deckthehallmark.com. For more information on the Deck the Hallmark family, you can go to bramblejamplus.com. Deck the Hallmark is presented by Philo TV. For a free trial of Philo, go to philo.tv/DTH.